Hello everyone, I'm Jack and I'm back. Let me show you what I've been doing and where I am. Alright, so I test fitted, cut, trim, test fitted the fenders on the C8. The issue is the wheel opening is not in the right position, and that's because the C8 fender and headlight interfere with where it would need to go. I could go in and take off the fender and take out the headlight, and it would come closer. It would probably fit, honestly. But then I have to remake all the body mounts, and then the other issue is once I do that, the whole thing needs to be lowered. Moved back maybe an inch, if that. But the issue is then the hood's exactly wrong. So I would have to go in and lower the hood about 2 inches. So the fender needs to be lowered 2 inches, maybe moved back an inch, maybe not. And then the hood would need to be lowered that same 2 inches. A lot of work. Another option, the option I'm going to research right now, is make a new fender opening, wheel opening, put it where it belongs, and then graft it onto the existing fender to fill in that gap that's there. That's what I'm going to do. So in order to do that, I need to make another fender or partial fender wheel opening part. So that's what I'm doing now. So mold came out pretty good. So I didn't have to do a lot to it. I waxed it heavily. Well, first I taped off all the edges. One of the issues with getting the part out of the mold was the edges are rough like this. And if any fiberglass gets on these edges, then it sticks. Obviously, you would want it to stick to loose fiberglass. Well, all the edges are like that. So what happened is, as I was putting the fiberglass on, I got some of that on there, and it made it very difficult to get the part out of the mold. So what I did this time was I put aluminum tape around all of the edges. So none of these edges will show, so it doesn't matter that the tape is there. And that'll make it really easy to get off. So I taped it first. I didn't want to wax it first because then the tape won't stick. So I taped it first. Then I waxed both the mold and the tape. Once I did that, I sprayed PVA on it. And then once I did the PVA, I went back and put wax on the PVA. Now I did not do the typical wax on, wax off. I put the wax on heavily and did not wipe it off. The reason why is it's very easy to damage the PVA. It's very fragile. So I just put it on there, and in fact the PVA was glossy, and the way I knew if I had wax on it was I would look and the wax is not glossy. So I made sure the whole surface was not glossy, which means it has a coat of wax. Then I went in and put in the black gel coat, and that's where we are now. The black gel coat has sat overnight. I finished the gel coat late yesterday, and it gets dark so early, and I knew it would take an hour, maybe 2 hours to put the fiberglass, probably less than an hour, honestly. Might be 30 minutes, I don't know. Anyway, I've got to put the fiberglass on there, so I decided I would let it sit overnight. So if you come here, the way you tell if gel coat is ready, you put your finger on it. It should be tacky, which it definitely is as I run my finger across here, but it should not come off on your finger. So you can hear that my finger sticks as I go along. All right, so the key to this is, again, to reiterate, you need to make sure the gel coat is thick enough. It needs to be around 20-25 thousandths. It can be a little bit thicker, so in case like this, where it joined together, flowed together, there are some places where it's thicker than the 25 thousandths, but hopefully not a lot. If you put too much on there, it's going to shrink and it's going to pull away from the mold. So try to avoid getting it way too thick, but in this case, it's as close as I can get it. I did use a chip brush to put it on there. And let's see, okay, so that's it. So now my next step is to go in and put 2 layers of fiberglass mat on this, and then in a couple of hours, oops, I will have a fender, or a fender wheel opening. Then I'll go mock up that wheel opening on the car, and then I'll go grab the fender. I took everything and put it away. It was looking rather ratty around here. So anyway, I put everything away, so I'll have to drag that fender out. I did this side because the mold is in better shape on this one. The other one, if you remember, I'd had all the alligatoring, so I would have to deal with that again. And the other thing is, well, today it's not the case, but a lot of times the neighbor's truck isn't there, and so I can back up and look at it. My prowler is always sitting there, so I can't do it on that side, but with this truck there. But all I gotta do is back up the C8. I can do that. All right, that's all I got for today, or for now. Later on today, hopefully, I'll show you how this thing test fits and how I'm going to space it and how I'm going to get the fender to fit. And I'm not even sure exactly how that's going to work. This is a test and prototype as I go. Like, subscribe, hit the alert, hit the thanks if you want to donate. And if you don't like what I'm doing, you don't know Jack. Bye.